Date with the FIBA World Cup. The question is, will Iran be at the table? We'll find out. China getting the first possession. We're trying to go down now. Early basket, throws it down. And what a way to start there for the Chinese. Well, the assist coming from Zhou Qi. And again, a beautiful way for them to start this one. Zhang Junlin with the two-handed jam. Well, he actually now goes all the way, gets rejected. Zhou Qi says, not in my house. And now China can push this one all the way, tries to dish off. He's wide open in the corner, got to get the ball to him. Takes a three-point uncontested. Doesn't get it. Now Zhou Qi comes up with it, and it's too easy for the big man. Well, Iran not getting off to a good start. And this one you can see the absence of Haddadi really has hurt them. They don't really have the big inside presence. Iran pulls up for three, no good. They're killing an offensive rebound. Well, an offensive foul's going to be called. An illegal screen by Messam Mirzaei. I don't think that one's called on Jamshidi. I think that was an illegal screen. Let's have a look. Well, China again trying to push the tempo here. Sui Yongxi now playing the point guard duties. Finding Zhao Ziwei, using the pick and roll, finding Zhou Qi. Zhou Qi now spinning around, good defense. We'll find Zhou Qi on the basket, and he throws it down one more time with a bit of authority. Well, the big man simply becoming unstoppable here. Exactly how Sasha Djordjevic wants him to play. Get him the touches, let him be the force to be reckoned with. As Benami actually draws the foul there against Zhang Junlin. We'll try and get a handoff now. Jamshidi kicks this one out. Nishiaki now tries to go a little backboard shot. And again, Iran comes up with it. And he'll get the and one. Well, just bullying Zhang Junlin under the basket. Well, thinks he's got the rebound and just rips it out of his hands. Aslan Kazemi. Well, that's how Iran have to play in this game. They must be very physical. The man who was drafted in the NBA draft back in 2013 by the Washington Wizards gets the three-point play here for Iran. China now trying to pile more pressure, but trying to make life very difficult for themselves in the backcourt. Zhou Qi again, contact goes up, jump hook, can't finish it. As Iran survived that one, now they can push. Again, where Iran is going to struggle is in the paint. Everything they have to go for is from the mid-range and from the perimeter. Jiwei goes up into contact, no foul called. It will be a baseline ball hit to China. Trying to go again down low to the big man. Zhou Qi comes up to set the ball screen. Trying to make the post, but again, making life difficult for himself. China, again, not understanding that Zhou Qi is probably the most dangerous factor. They got to throw the ball to him in the post on every possession and just trying to make the defense collapse. But again, they must go to where the bread and butter gives them the advantage. And that definitely is Zhou Qi. Iran now trying to build their confidence. Pick and pop it. Goes from 50 feet and still can't get it. Iran not looking to get many shots inside the paint. Now China to break. Zhou Peng now giving this one up. The foul is going to be called under the basket. That's a good mismatch. Benami actually had to match up against Zhou Peng. Zhou Peng's about 6'10". Benami actually maybe 6'2" at best. And that's a mismatch all day long. They turn it over. Iran comes up with the steal now. Can they capitalize? Goes in, Euro step. Again, can't finish it. And Zhou Qi tries to push this one in the lane. Oh my goodness! Well, Sui Yongxi. That is unbelievable. Well, now Iran again trying to push something in the lane. Still can't get a foul. Has been called. Well, check this out. Introduce yourself, young man. 我的名字是 Sui Yongxi. 很高兴认识你. Nice to meet you. As Iran just gets away with a sucker play there. Benami actually just gets an easy look inside the paint. That might be the clearest look. Iran's going to get under the basket. Well, again, another turnover. Good hands. And now Iran can break. Benami actually doesn't go for a quick one. Pulls out. The mid-range is up. No good. Well, Benami actually has got to get to the basket, try to get the contact, get fouled. Now Zhou Ping goes in with the Euro-Chinese step, can't get it. And now can Iran capitalize, and that's much better. Benami actually doesn't get the call, gets his own rebound. Goes in with a little mid-range, and he's got to take it to the Chinese in the paint. I mean, he did get the foul, but he did give up on it. And Iran's got to battle. They got to get more points. Remember, win tonight, they control their destiny. We will keep you updated on how scores are going between Australia and Kazakhstan. But remember, Iran might not need to win this game. Zhou Qi goes in, he gets fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line. Well, currently in the opening moments is 10-3 in favor of Australia versus Kazakhstan. So if that game stays like that throughout the majority of the 40 minutes, Iran will probably still qualify for the FIBA World Cup. Well, China making a few changes early on here. But currently at the free throw line is the former Houston Rocket, Zhou Qi. Well, standing at 216 centimeters, originally from the north of China in Xinjiang, Henan, China. Started his career with the Xinjiang Flying Tigers before playing for the Houston Rockets in 2017. And as of this year, played for the Southeastern Melbourne Phoenix. Two-point lead to China now. Iran trying to build their confidence. Going for the pump fake now, coming off this one. 7 on the shot clock here for the Iranians. They got to get something going. Takes a deflection, 2.4 seconds on the shot clock for Iran. Well, coming into game for China is Zheng Fanbo. A heavy fan favorite here, 2.4 for Iran. Well, Benami actually fadeaway, can't get it. That's going to be a 24-second violation. Iran's offense really out of sync here against China early on. Well, Iran also making another change. Coming in is Martin Angajampo, just only checking into the game now. Well, Chung Shuai-Peng also into the game for China. Trying to play in the backcourt. Now, this is where Iran needs to put a bit of pressure on the inexperienced backcourt players of China, trying to come up with a few more loose balls, but don't want to pick up any silly fouls. And that's the last team foul for the Iranians. Well, under the basket, just too easy here for China. And again, the fan favorite. Well, that is Zheng Falbo getting an easy 2 points under the basket. China leading 7-11 here early on. Iran finding ways to try and break down the defense. They go for a deep 3. 3 is up. 3 is good from downtown. Well, that will do their confidence a lot of good. Martin Agajanpour cutting it down to a 1-point ball game. I'll go for that pick and roll sequence. Well, they got a mismatch here. I don't understand it. He actually is guarding Zhou Qi, but Zhou Qi comes up with the offensive rebound. That's gonna be the second foul against Benam Yakshali. My question here for the Chinese is, when you have that mismatch, why not just try to force the ball down low to the big man? Iran is gonna have to bring Benam Yakshali out of the game as he picks up his second personal foul. Oh no, you keep it in actually, so he's gonna stay in the lineup. So coming in for the Iranians is Sina Vahedi. Zhou Qi missed the first free throw. Oh, I missed them both. It's gonna be a violation by Zhou Qi for entering a little early. Well, free throw is so imperative. You never want to look back at a game and think the outcome could have been different had you made all your free throws. Well, Iran now trying to move the ball. They go for another 3. 3 is up, no good. They could take the lead on that possession, but China can break this one. Another foul. It's a silly foul to give away because it's going to be another 2 free throws here for China. Well, Mohammad Hassan Zadeh, one of the best players from Iran, coming off the bench for this game. I'm keeping you updated how the game is going between Kazakhstan and Australia. Australia leading by 9 points early on with 4 minutes to go, 15-6 against Kazakhstan. As I mentioned, if that result stays the way it does, it won't matter what happens in this game. Iran would qualify. Well, goes to the corner, can't get it. Fighting for the rebound. The foul is going to go against China, so it's the last team foul for China to give here. The foul is going to be called against Hu Jinqiu. He's only just checked into the game, so that's his first personal, but now the 4th team foul for China with 3:16 to go in the first quarter. And curls the screen again, but now actually going to work. Well, smart play there for the veteran. And now he ties the game up at 12 apiece. Iran believing in themselves. Maybe, just maybe. China now trying to move the ball effectively. There's the penetration now. Kontek doesn't hit anything. Rebound secured, and now Iran can take the lead. Yakshali, kick out, has a pump fake, draws a foul. It's a silly foul to give away. Well, the foul is on Zhu Shuhang. So there will be 2 free throws yet again here for the Iranians. China making another change, so Sasa Djordjevic trying to stretch his bench as much as possible. So Wu Tian coming into the game. And now Iran finally take the lead thanks to Martin Agajanpour. We hit the 1 3-pointer coming off the bench here for the Iranians. 2-point lead to Iran now. Trying to put some full court pressure on. The left wide open, takes a three, can't get it. Iran now starting to build their confidence, can make this a two-possession game. Getting handoff, another three. Oh, baby! Iran starting to light it up now. 5-point lead for the visitors. A win here tonight will seal the deal. Destiny in their own hands. They defeat China. They go to the FIBA World Cup. Well, China can cut the deficit down. Three is up. Three is good. A huge three from Wu Tian. Well, cutting it back down to a 2-point ball game. Both teams need the fouls to give. Having the shot clock, got to get something going. They go for another three. Three is up, no good, and another foul's committed. So they'll go back to the free throw line for 2 shots. Well, going back to the charity stripe will be Aslan Kazemi, the man who made it into 2013 NBA draft, where he was selected by the Washington Wizards. So Iran does have a much more smaller team than usual. Remember, the absence of Haddadi really has had to change their lineup a lot here in the future. As Kazemi makes the first free throw. Makes them both. Still a 2-possession game here for the Iranians. Over a minute and a half here in the first quarter. Well, Iran comes up with a steal, but they turn it right back over. Well, can China capitalize? Coming up to set the ball screen now. Iran staying in a 2-3 zone defense. China go for 3. 3 is up, no good. Iran with the rebound. Building their confidence. Pump fakes now, draws another foul. We'll go back to the free throw line again. China just making so many careless fouls. Well, every costly foul just builds the confidence of the Iranian players. And you got to think, when China went with the starting lineup with Zhou Qi in there, and they decided to relentlessly feed the ball to the big man, Iran didn't have an answer. When they took Zhou Qi out of the game, that's when it all went downhill for the Chinese. Six-point lead to Iran. 3 quarters left after this. Win this game, destiny is in their hands. China trying to break down the defense. Wu Tian made 1 3, doesn't get this one. And actually comes up with a rebound. And now a potential 2 for 1 here for Iran. If they try to score here and get a stop down the other end. Well, finds Benami actually under the basket. Rips the ball out, goes in with a little jump hook, can't get it. And now China can break, they got numbers. 4 and 3. Another kick out, 1 more. The question is, that's going to be on the ground, so it's only going to be 2 free throws here for China. Well, China's free throw shooting is something that really has hurt him in the early stages. Currently, at the moment, they're only 3 for 7 here from the charity stripe. And I'll make that 4 for 8. If you think about it, you just make all 4 of those free throws, and it's such a tie ball game. I mean, you never want to look back on a game and think the outcome could have been different had you made all your free throws. 11 seconds difference between the game clock and the shot clock. We actually now draw the contact. Iran want to get back to the free throw line. Power the pressure against China. 7 now. Actually finding the space. Goes up, gets rejected. And now China can push this one. And they can get the last shot. Again, Iran don't want to get many buckets inside the paint. Corner now, 3 is up, 3. Yes, yeah, knee right at the end of the first quarter. Well, beautiful ball movement. Zhang Zhenlin nails the tray ball. And China cut it back down to a 1-point ball game. Just when Iran was starting to make the pressure, building themselves a 6-point lead. China just get themselves back in this one. Well, there are the stats so far. Both teams with 2 3-point field goals. Iran with 7 free throws. Let's take a look at the highlights here from the first quarter. You can see every time China get the ball to Zhou Qi in the low block, it's going to be a double team coming from Iran, which means somebody's going to be wide open. Once they took Zhou Qi out of the game, the rim protection from China just went away. Well, that was a huge dunk there. Sort of an authority kind of dunk. That was a 3-point again. If Iran can get these going for the perimeter and have a better 3-point night, then China, this could be that game, because as I mentioned, they're not going to get many points in the paint. The absence of Haddadi. He was a once-in-a-generational player for Iran. Take nothing away. Iranian basketball is the reason they were 3-time defending champions of the FIBA Asia Cup. Well, there's the official QR code for Courtside 1891, where you can watch all of the latest international basketball all over the world. This summer, we have the FIBA Women's Eurobasket, which will be in July, hosted in Israel and in Slovenia. But then we have the FIBA World Cup, which will be at the end of August, finishing mid-September. You can watch it all on Courtside 1891. Kazemi now looking for a kick out, turns it over. Now China can retake the lead. Goes in for 50 feet. It gives them a 1-point lead. China making the most of transition basketball as Hu Jinqiu gets his first field goal of the game. Iran can retake the lead with a 3-pointer. Can't get it. The foul has been called against China. That's going to be called against Hu Jinqiu. China don't want to pick up too many silly fouls early on. They don't want to send Iran to the free throw line early on. In the lane now, same sucker play, and it's that man again, Benam Yakshali. Well, reads the ball screen so well, reads the off screen so well, just curls it. And leaves the defense completely helpless. His movement off the ball is just phenomenal. That's why he's one of the best guards in Asia, if not the very best point guard. Top of the key now, under the basket, goes in. Foul has been called. Well, that's a tough one, because I think I agree with him. I'm pretty sure Miazae got all ball. Let's have a look at the replay. Oh, that's close. That is very close. Well, Hu Jinqiu will go to the free throw line now for China. 25 years of age, originally from Xinjiang, China, in the north. Currently playing for the Zhejiang Guangxia Lions since 2015. Hasn't played for anyone else. 211 centimeters. Missed the second free throw. Tied ball game at 23. He actually stepped back three, takes it, got it! Big time shot! And he actually starting to heat it up now. 11 points for the best guard in the FIBA Asia. Iran going to a 3-2 zone high up here without Joe Chi in the court. Taking their chances, but another foul's gonna be called under the basket. And that's a second foul against Mirzaei here in the second.
Number 77.
Well, China responded just as Benam Yakshali's been doing all game. Well, that is Zhao Ziwei, one of their experienced backcourt players, many years playing in the Chinese Basketball Association. Cutting it down a 1-point ball game. Sands today coming off one ball screen. He almost turned it over. Zhao Ziwei probably should have come up with a loose ball there. In the lane one more time again, but now he actually just getting to the basket at will. He has 13 points. And now we got a timeout. These two teams want to talk it over. Well, Benam actually may have the most points in the paint here tonight. That is extraordinary considering Iran are going to get many buckets up against the solid rim protection of the Chinese players. Well, there's a QR code, courtside 1891. Make sure you subscribe. Let's go and listen now to Coach Sasha Djordjevic, the head coach of China. China breaking the full court pressure on the basket. Again, another one-handed flush. Well, it's been a slam, hammer, jammer time here. Well, China having no problems breaking down the full court pressure. And Iran needs to be a little bit more aggressive on the defense. Still a 1-point lead here to the Iranians. And Hamdi actually made his last three. And how does it get it? The foul is going to be called against. No, it's called against the Chinese, actually. Oh, look at this. The no-look dime. That is Wan Shanghao. Good night. Well, second team foul for China, but it's going to be a baseline inbound for the Iranians. Good ball rustle from Iran. There's the penetration. There's a kick out, but again, one too many passes. Another turnover. 3.5 seconds left for Iran. Well, plenty of shooters on the floor here for the Iranians. They've got to be able to get something. Even if they get the ball inbound, they probably got enough for 2 dribbles. Maybe attack the basket. Well, Sanzadeh had the shot. bumps. And turns it over. Sloppy offense from the Iranians. Seven to go here in the second quarter. China can retake the lead. This is a pick and roll sequence. Trying to take out Kazemi, trying to force his way straight to the bucket. Can't get it, gets his own rebound, and just bullies his way straight to the basket. Well, Hu Jianqiu now goes up to 5 points. Well, 7, excuse me. Well, he is just such a force to be reckoned with in the low block, standing at 211 centimeters. Kazemi pulls up mid-range, takes it, doesn't get it. Hassan Zadeh with a follow-up, and no and one. Well, excuse me, Kazemi went in. China goes up and tried to put everybody on the poster. Yeah. I love the tempo of this game. Zhang Junlin. And that was the mid-range. That was the follow-up by, well, it was Mohamed Hassan Zadeh, actually. Yeah, the camera focused on Aslan Kazemi, but Hassan Zadeh probably should have been going to the free throw line for 2 shots. As Zhou Qi comes back into the game for China.
Number 77. Down to Baku.
Again, China's free throw struggles still continue here tonight. It's not something they want to look back in this game. Could think the outcome could be different. And Iran actually leading the rebounds there. You can see 19 to 14. Zhao Qiwei looking to give this one up. 2 seconds left. Force up a Hail Mary 3 from no man's land. And that's got to be a 24-second violation, surely. Yeah. Well, they're trying to say that the ball hit the backboard, but I don't know what Sasha Djordjevic is arguing, that the ball didn't touch the rim. That is a 24-second violation, no matter how you look at it.
Stay with me.
Well, the ball should be Iran's ball. There was a 3-pointer taken. It didn't touch the rim. I mean, unless that ball touched the rim, it should be a reset of the 14. But I had to see the replay of it. I'm almost certain that the ball did not touch the rim, which in that case, it would have been a 24-second violation. I'm not sure if they've put a jump ball situation in, but I'm pretty sure that's the original decision was the right one. Iran can retake the lead. A tie game of 30 apiece. 3 seconds left. Got to get something going. Hail Mary 3 from no man's land. Sinks it right in front of his bench. Hits the second tray ball. And Iran take a 3-point lead. Well, that's his 3rd 3-pointer, excuse me. But he's up to 13 points. He has come out like a house on fire here tonight. Finding Zhou Qi again. And foul is going to be called on the ground. Well, Hassan Zadeh now trying to match up here with Zhou Qi. 3's up in the corner. 3 is up. 3 is good. Tying the game up. 33 apiece. Well, beautifully tucked away. That was Joe Peng getting his first field goal of the game. That's only the 3rd tray ball here for China. Iran with 4 so far. Backdoor play, contact goes up. Gets the and one, count it, and he'll go to the free throw line. Well, the man who was drafted in the NBA in 2013 by the Washington Wizards. Well, Kazemi making the back down cut, and the Iranian Wizard makes it count. Again, the free throw struggles for Aslan Kazemi still continue. Seven here on the shot clock now. Zhou Qi trying to bully his way to the basket. Too big, too strong, and just too good. Well, again, ask the question, why doesn't China get him a touch on every single offense, make the defense commit? He actually now draws a contact. That's the last team foul for China to give here in the second quarter. Well, that's why he's such a spectacular player and probably the best point guard in Asia. He just makes so many problems for the defense whenever he has the ball in his hands. Well, it should be a baseline ball hit, Iran. I don't think they called a shooting foul, so... Well, no, sideline ball, excuse me. Well, to keep you updated, Australia, midway through the... Well, we got a bit of blood there as Ru Jiao has to leave the game. Australia leading by 9 points against Kazakhstan. And as I mentioned, if Australia defeats Kazakhstan, it won't matter what happens here tonight. Iran would qualify for the FIBA World Cup. Kazakhstan winning both their games against Iran, but Kazakhstan losing their last 5 games in a row really did hurt them. Well, 2 seconds left, gotta force it up. Gets it up in time, almost got it. And now China can retake the lead. No more fouls for either of these two teams to get. Both are in the penalty. Well, Zhou Qi's got the poster, gotta get the ball to him, there's the foul. And again, just what I mentioned. Give Zhou Qi a possession every offense. You might not need to go one-on-one. Put the defense under pressure, get them into foul trouble, make the double teams come, make life easy for yourself. By getting the ball to Zhou Qi in the low block, a double team comes, somebody will be open. And we got a timeout now. These two teams want to talk it over. Let's go and listen to what these two coaches have to say in this timeout. Well, it's going to be 2 free throws here to the big man, Zhou Qi. He did miss his last 2 free throws at the last visit to the charity stripe. You just see what a powerful, dominant post play this man can be here in the international game for the Chinese national team. Well, when Zhou Qi was a member of the Houston Rockets, who was in the 2017-18 regular season when they were the greatest team in the NBA in terms of the regular season. A team that had James Harden as their go-to player, along with Chris Paul. Spent some time playing with the Rio Grande Vipers in the NBA G League, but he was a part of a team that was one game away from winning against the defending champions, the Golden State Warriors. That series went to Game 7. And he didn't feature much for the Rockets, but There's no reason to suggest he can't go back to the NBA. We'll give China a 2-point lead, 4 minutes to go. Iran also the penalty, so any fouls will send them to the free throw line. Actually now getting a handoff with Hassan today. Turns it over, poor pass. Now they got numbers. Draws the foul, he'll go to the free throw line. Well, the foul has been committed by Sajjad Mashiachi. Fouls Rui Zhao. And he will go to the charity stripe here for 2 shots. Good transition there from the Chinese. Rui Zhao now 27 years of age. Another player who's only played for 1 club so far here in the Chinese Basketball Association. Playing for the powerhouses, Guangdong Southern Tigers. Makes the first free throw. He was a member of the 2019 FIBA World Cup squad for the Chinese national team, so really has made a good progression throughout his career. He missed his second free throw. 3-point lead to China. China's free throw woes, yeah, it could be something to come back to haunt them in this game. 9 for 15 for the free throw line. Iran have only missed 1 free throw so far. Look for the penetration now. That's a kick up. They almost turn it over. Can tie the game up. 3's up. 3 is good. Benam Yakshali cooking it right now. But he's having a phenomenal game at the moment. Takes his tally up to 16 points. He's 7 for 14 from the field. 2 for 3 from the perimeter. Finds Joe Chi. Again, mobile, agile, starting to be a little bit hostile. Big man making it look easy. This is coming from Rui Zhao. Again, going back to what I said. Make Joe Chi the focal point of your offense. Iran pulls up for another 3, and again, way off the mark. Not a good look there for the Iranians. China can make it a 2-possession game. Joe Chi now looking for a post up here against Hassan Zadeh. Trying to go for spin out. There's a kick. Turns it over. He actually now splits the defense. Goes in with a finger roll. Tying the game up for 40 apiece. Sasha Djordjevic has seen enough. He'll call timeout to organize his players. As we have a tie game. Well, things not looking good for Kazakhstan. They're down by 19 points. With 1 minute to go in the second quarter. Which I'm sure if these guys know about the result in that game, we'll probably relax it. But we got a good game of basketball. 40 apiece here between Iran and China.
Chi, same thing. Boom. Now, G-Way coming off the pick, okay? You get the ball. G-Way coming off the pick. Ball in, bang. You are doing this pick. Like this pick. Boom. Let us talk, man. Let us talk, man. Come on, man. Every time you remain my ear. Jesus Christ. Come on.
Well, Joe Chi at the moment, probably the most dominated player they have in the court, but really it's been Benam Yakshali, 16 points. Sasha Djordjevic unhappy about something. A technical foul has been called. I think the technical foul has been called by the late arrival for the Chinese players onto the court, maybe. Again, just gets the free throw to rattle in. So 17 points for the best point guard in FIBA Asia, Benam Yakshali. Well, spent the last few seasons playing in Europe. Trying to curl the screen now, throwing this one down to Zhou Qi. There's the kick out. Zhou Peng, one more pass. Another 3 is up, no good. Iran can capitalize now, potentially can make this a 2-possession game. On off one screen now, look for a pick and pop. There's the pop, the jump shot way off the mark, and thank God the backboard wasn't made out of glass. Well, under 2 minutes to go here. Iran doing very well, battling as an undersized team here against China. It's got to be an offensive foul, surely, for the hook. Another 3, Zhou Peng from downtown. Doesn't get it. But China continue the battle here. Offensive rebounds. Zhou Qi hangs in the air, can't get it. Another follow-up. And they turn it over. Well, Zhang Fanbo there went in for an offensive rebound, but just jumped into Zhou Qi. Well, just went right into it. God, that looks painful. Just his back shoulder. Made contact, and there's another foul. So Iran will be going to the free throw line. The foul was scored against Zhao Jiwei. Well, every possession out here for Iran will count. Sina Vahedi will go to the free throw line, makes the first one. Originally from Tehran, Iran, the capital. 22 years of age. Plays for Mahram Tehran in the Iranian Basketball Super League, excuse me. Mahram considered to be one of the best teams in Iran, along with Petrochimi. So some good basketball teams and some great development programs in Iran. Mohammed Sina Vahedi, part of those programs. Under a minute and a half to go here in the second quarter. Another foul given away, so it'll be 2 free throws for China. Wu Qian will be going to the charity stripe. This is good here for both teams. We'll be trying to get to the free throw line. Might be the key difference between them at the end of the night. The question is, who will make the most free throws? Iran, only 1 missed free throw, 10 for 11, while China, 9 for 16. So Wu Qian now will take his first free throw. Just gets it to rattle in. Well, he had 1 3-pointer early on, so he takes his tally up to 4 points. Does have 2 assists. Just gets the second one to rattle in as well. 1-point lead to Iran, over a minute. And with no more fouls to these two teams, they will be sending themselves to the free throw line. Hesitation, hangs in the air, doesn't get damn well, but he is explosively quick. Vahedi now putting on the gears. He goes back to the free throw line. Well, Iran making another change. Bringing in Rasul Mozaffari, only just checking in. Well, the man who's played the most minutes, 17 minutes and 45 seconds for Iran, is Benam Yakshali. But no surprise, I mean, Hassan Zadeh, one of their veteran players, no points, only 1 foul he's picked up and a turnover. That's the second missed free throw of the night for Iran. No, we got a retake. So now the entry from China. Well, I was about to say it was the second free throw missed attempt. It's now it's only a 1, so Sina Vahedi will get another one. Again, that's where she was. It's a silly foul to give. Well, the problem with China, they did box out Aslan Kazemi, but just committed an unnecessary foul. And they're going to send Iran back to the free throw line. Well, there was the missed free throw attempt. Watch Zhang Fanbo. Now, the problem is Zhou Qi and Zhang Fanbo, they fight over, but there, why? Why commit that? Well, 2 missed free throws here tonight from, well, make it 3 actually, from Iran, and he missed one of them already. The man drafted in the NBA in 2013 by the Washington Wizards steps up to make the first one. Ten points tonight here for Aslam Kazemi. 1 rebound away already from a double-double. Four-point lead to Iran now. 2-possession game. China probably could go 2 for 1 here before the end of the first half. Wu Qian with the ball in his hands. Just gets his pocket picked by Vahedi. There's a turnover. Iran come up with it. Now the 2 for 1 is here for Iran. A carrying violation. So Mosavari turns it over. Well, the presence of Zhou Qi under the basket, the Chinese insurance policy, the rim protection, putting Mosavari under pressure. And the 2 for 1 is still back on for China. Wu Qian now coming off one screen. Trying to battle his way, finding Zhou Qi, but the collapse on defense. Iran come up with it. Well, they got numbers. Vahedi goes up, doesn't finish the follow-up. I don't know if they called an M1 or if the Sina Vahedi was fouled. I'm not sure. I think the officials need now hit. Watch Sina Vahedi. Is the foul there? That's got to be. So that can't be an M1. So Sina Vahedi will go to the free throw line here for 2 shots. Sina Vahedi's like, who's taking it, me? Well, that was a wonderful take. That's where everyone thought the M1 was going to be called. Just gets it to rattle in. The man who misses last free throw stepping up now can give Iran a 6-point lead potentially if he makes his free throw. Things getting a little bit physical now between Sung Fan Bo and Iran, taking no chances now, making a quick substitution, getting Mishan Mirzaei out the game. Well, they don't want any trouble now. They just want to win this game, get qualified. But at the moment, Kazakhstan struggling here against, well, turns it over. A foul's going to be called there. So China losing their composure at the moment. Well, we got a timeout now. These 2 teams want to talk it over, and let's see what they have to say. Well, it's going to be a big possession now for Iran. 6-point lead for the Iranians. Again, can make this potentially an 8 or 9-point game, depending what they get here for the last. Well, they only got 14 seconds. There wasn't a full reset of the shot clock because they didn't have full possession. The Chinese trying to get the ball inbound. One get called for an 8-second violation. Pump fakes goes up. No foul called. And now China can break. I think they go a technical foul, I think. Well, I think a technical foul has been called against Iran. I think everybody's very perplexed about what happened. I think something was said to the officials. The officials heard something they didn't like. Well, it's going to be one free throw to China, and they're going to do the ball back. As Wu Qian just gets the shooter's roll. Cutting it down, a 5-point ball game now. 22.6 seconds. China can go for the last shot. They're trying to get something going. Isolation time now. Coming off one screen. A kickball violation has been called. Or did a foul get called? I don't know. But Zhao Jiwei does hit the deck, so it's going to be. Well, I don't think a foul's going to be called there. I think it's a kickball. So it will be a sideline possession to China. Iran making one quick change, bringing into the game. I think this is a tactical change to make sure nobody gets into foul trouble. Sajjad Pazarofte. Also coming in, back in is Rasul Muzaffari. I think that's just to avoid any more players getting into any foul trouble. China now, 9.3 seconds. Trying to use the ball screen. Throws a lob under the basket, goes up, does get the and one, but he'll go to the free throw line. Well, beautifully executed pick and roll, so Hu Jinqiu will go back to the charity stripe. Now, if that foul is called against Aslan Kazemi, that's only his first personal foul. I think they're going to call that one against. That's why they took Yakshili out of the game. Hu Jinqiu makes the first one. He has missed one free throw here tonight. China, 7 missed free throws, 65% from the charity stripe. Gets it to go. Well, Iran now, 1.3 seconds left. Yakshili force it up. Well, almost got it, but ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the first half, Iran leads this one by 3 points. Win for Iran here tonight. They booked themselves tickets to the FIBA World Cup. But also, if Kazakhstan loses to Australia, which they're currently doing by 19 points at halftime, it won't matter what happens here. Iran will still go through. The question is, Destiny has a date at the FIBA World Cup. Will Iran be joining them? We'll find out. We'll show you some stats and some highlights here from the first half. And as it stands, Iran leading this one by 3. Well, Iran 5 for 12 for the perimeter. 2 of those come from Benam Yakshili. 3 for 11 for China. Again, both teams with 22 rebounds apiece with 15 assists for the Chinese and 4 steals for the Iranians. We'll take a look at the top scorers for this game. Well, China started this game off the stronger of the 2 teams. Remember, they went with a big lineup, and Iran were unable to get things going in the low block as soon as they took Zhou Qi out of the game. The Iranian offense just grew in confidence. Well, China going in the starting lineup. Hu Qian, along with Hu Jinqiu, Zhang Zhenlen, Zhao Jiwei, and Cui Yongxi. Trying to find an opening now. Penetration, kicks out the lane, goes in with a BEA. Beautiful finger roll. Well, that is just a phenomenal play. He hung in the air. That was spectacular. Sajjad Mashiaki in the backcourt here. with Mohamed Jamshidi. For the shot clock hit for Iran. Yakhshali from no man's. Oh my goodness! Give this man some credit. Well, he took that one right in front of the Chinese bench. Well, he was almost out of bounds on that one. That is why he is, if not the very best point guard in Asia. Behnam Yakhshali hits his third tray ball. China go baseline now. Finish it with a two-handed rim rocker. And China just moved the ball beautifully. And it's that man again. Sui Yongxi. He had that phenomenal dunk in the first quarter. Kind of get the feeling these two teams will go right to the wire. Well, giving you updates. Remember, if Kazakhstan lose to Australia, Iran will qualify regardless of what happens in this game. Well, Yakhshali now filling the hot hands. Crossover, step back, surely not. Well, that's going to be a 24-second violation. Now, Iran have lost the head-to-head against Kazakhstan. The two times they played, Kazakhstan did defeat them. But Iran have one more game better than them in the record. So if Iran was to lose and Kazakhstan were to win, we got an ankle breaking out. Zhao Jiwei pulls up for a three-point. This is your moment. Zhao Jiwei just going to work. And as I mentioned, if Kazakhstan lose, which right now they are emphatically against Australia, Iran will qualify. Mashieki going all the way, and again, an uncontested layup. Well, where was the help side defense? Jiwei now, find a penetration kick out. Good bowman from the Chinese. The three is up in the corner, no good. An offensive rebound. Zhou Peng couldn't control that one. That goes out of bounds. I think he may have just tweaked something in his wrist there, as he appears to be in a bit of discomfort. Well, good sportsmanship between Arslan Kazemi and Zhou Peng. Iran with a one-point lead. Running around a few screens now, but now Yakhshali goes for a dish out, reverse slip, beautifully executed. Sajjad Masayeki making the backdoor cut. He's got back-to-back field goals now, gets his first 4 points of the game. The foul is going to be called against Masayeki. That's going to be the first team foul here in the third quarter for Iran. Well, if you think about the rivalry between these two teams, and it's a respectful rivalry because both of them have been perennial powerhouses in the FIBA Asia Cup. You know, China's made 10 appearances here in the FIBA World Cup since 2007. Iran's been a powerhouse for them, for their respect as well. China won their first FIBA Asia Cup in 1975, winning the last one in 2015. And they have won a total of 16 FIBA Asia Cups. In respect to Iran, actually, Iran was the one team that put a stop to the dominance of Chinese basketball in the FIBA Asia Cup, starting in 2007 when they won in Tokushima, Japan. And Iran won it again in 2009. China did win one back in 2011. But Iran took their third FIBA Asia Cup into 2013 FIBA Asia Championship. It was known back then in Manila, Gilas, Pilipinas, defeating the Philippines in the final. And this qualifying for the 2014 FIBA World Cup. So Iran have made consecutive appearances at the World Stage. An offensive foul. Well, an elbow to the face. And he should have no arguments whatsoever. But Zhao Jiwei suffocated defense. And watch the elbow right there. Again, I think he's lucky not to get a unsportsmanlike foul for that one. Always have to be very careful when you're playing with your elbows. That's the fifth turnover of the game for Iran. China with 9 though. Both teams taking relatively good care of the basketball. China can retake the lead. Zhou Peng now, guided by Behnam Yakhshali. Tries to go baseline, dish in the corner. Or force up a circus shot, doesn't get it. But China come up with loose ball. Pump fakes, a 24-second violation. But again, good recovery defense by the Iranians. You're gonna ask the question, why they kick the ball out to the perimeter when they had it in the paint, but again, why not try and jump into the defense and draw the foul? You go to the free throw line for 3 shots. Yakshali now heavily guided, coming off one screen. Tries to dish up down low, finding Kazemi again, throws it right away. And Iran losing a bit of spacing in their offense. Trying to get Jamshidi in the corner, but Iran going with a bit of a smaller lineup here compared to China, but China yet still not giving the ball to Zhou Qi. Finally get the ball to the big man, but they turn it over. And now Iran, it's a 4-on-2. He actually finds the big man, goes in. Blocking foul is called, so he will go to the free throw line. And that's a good transition offense there by Iran.
The second person team by number 4, 2 shots. Mason Midland.
Again, free throws are going to be key here for the Iranians as he makes the first one. Well, Mason Mirzai has struggled so far in this game. That's his first point here tonight. He makes the second one as well. He was a member of the Iranian national team that competed in the 2017 FIBA Asia Cup when Iran won the bronze medal. And Daddy was still playing back then. But it's good to see Iranian basketball trying to find its identity and still competing without the presence of the big man. Crossover now, pulls up. I think we call traveling violation. So another turnover here to China. Is Zhang Zhenlin. One possession game now, 3-point lead to Iran. By the way things are looking in Australia at the moment, Iran will be qualifying as Australia now leading by 41 points against Kazakhstan. With a Hail Mary through by Mirzai, trying to go off the backboard. Bit of a rush attempt there. China can retake the lead. No, can tie the game up possibly. And Zhou Qi draws a contact. That's going to be a shooting foul, so he'll go to free throw. The question is, did he have his foot on the line? As Mason Mirzai gets called for the foul. That's a smart move by the big man. That's going to be 2 free throws as he was inside the rainbow.
Number 15,
It's been a great experience with Zhou Qi playing in the Australian NBL. Now, highly regarded as one of the best international leagues outside of the National Basketball Association. But again, many players going to the NBL and really developing their game even further. And missed the second free throw, but China battling for offensive rebounds. Let's end the shot clock here. One more pass to the corner, getting an open 3. The 3 is up. Ties the game up at 57 apiece. And China patiently, slowly but surely, getting back into this game. Iran now again, not trying to get too much in the paint, of course. Let's see the heady now. I think he was a foul, and that's going to be the second team foul. Now Iran have no more fouls to give. China do have 2 with 4:30 to go here in the third.
The second person.
Look for a handoff now. A few seconds. Iran's got to get something going. Pulls up from 15 feet, doesn't get it. They're going to call a foul against Aslan Kazemi on the rebound. That's going to be 2 free throws for China as Iran had put them in the penalty early on. Well, interesting enough, the one area you'd think Iran would struggle against China in this game would be the rebounds, but the end of the first half, they did have more rebounds than China. I think that China has been, can they capitalize from the charity stripe? They've missed a total of 9 free throws. Currently 18 for 27 from the charity stripe here this evening. Collectively, China have overtaken Iran with 3 rebounds, 26-23. And again, it's something they should dominate this game with the size and physicality. 2-point lead to China. Well, the movement off the ball, very static here from Iran. Jamshidi, 7. Pump fakes, draws a contact, goes up, doesn't get it. That goes out of bounds, but that will be Iran ball. With a fresh 14 on the shot clock for the Iranians. Well, this could help out Iran. This is the bringing a man who has a very good shooting technique. Matan Agajanpour, 13 points tonight, 3 for 5 in the perimeter. Maybe will do their confidence. A lot of good from downtown. Actually now under 10 the shot clock. It's a handoff. 3 of the shot clock now. He's got to get something going. Pick and pop, got to shoot it. 3 is up, doesn't get it. But you got to congratulate Iran for getting a shot up in the end. Now, again, Iceman, Fangirl, Wu-Tien. Wow, beautiful transition offense. Oh, look at this. As soon as a missed shot, look how quickly they hit the ball up the court. The ball doesn't touch the floor. And that is George Gerving in a Chinese basketball jersey. Well, timeout to Iran. Let's go and listen to what the Iranians have to say as they currently trail by 4 points. Well, an interesting statistic to look at right now. Iran have Matin Agajanpour, Aslan Kazemi, Meysan Mirzai, Sina Vahedi, and Benam Yakhshali currently on the floor. Combined total of those 5 players makes 54 points. 53, excuse me, 53 points. With the current players on the bench, Sajjad Mashieki, only 4 points on the bench. The depth in this game is a huge difference, but the question is, will China keep the best players in the game for the majority? And there's a kick out. They get a wide open look. The 3 is up. The 3 is way off the mark. That's a good look. It's a wide open look as well, but they got to knock him down. Zhang Jialin now finding Zhao Ziwei here in the backcourt. Use the ball screen from Zhou Qi. Now they go for a ton it over. It was a bit of a tough pass to catch for Zhu Shuhang. Well, Zhu Shuhang was wide open, but again, it was a very tough pass to collect. And Iran now with another chance. 3 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Now remember, the outcome of this game will be decided what happens in Australia. If Kazakhstan were to win and Iran lost, Kazakhstan would go through. But as it stands, Kazakhstan are losing by 39 points to Australia. 6:53 to go in the 4th quarter. The Iranian players might not be aware of what's going on, but if Kazakhstan lose, Iran will automatically qualify regardless of what happens in this game. The 2023 FIBA World Cup. We got one hell of a game now. 4-point lead to China. The isolation now kicks out. Hail Mary 3, doesn't get it. Iran Struggles from the perimeter, continue to glare here. Zhao Wei now keeping the ball alive. Finding Zhou Qi gets triple teams. Again, it's going to be a backcourt violation. They turn it over. Both teams just struggling in this passage of play at the moment. We can see Iran now playing their defense effectively, trying to close the lanes every time Zhou Qi gets the ball. Double, triple teams, anything. The same thing for Iran now, really struggling to get things going inside the paint. Yakshali now, 4 seconds left, tries to go all the way. It's a little teardrop, no foul calls. And now China can break it. China now trying to reverse the ball. They go for 3. 3 is up, no good. Another offensive rebound. 2 minutes to go here in the third quarter. China leading by 4 points. Wu Tian crossover all the way. Fangirl can't get it. And China again struggled to capitalize off another offensive rebound. China have had a total of 10 offensive rebounds in this game. Iran with 11. Shot is up, way off the mark. Both teams really struggling here in this passage of play here in the third. Zhao Wei, 3, takes it, can't get it. And you can see Benham Yakshali just saying to his teammates, slow it down now, get a good look. Yakshali now curling off one screen. And Meshiaki now draws the foul. It's gonna be 2 free throw shots, so he's in the process of shooting. That was a silly foul to give away. The foul is going to be called against Wu Tian, I believe. China making a double change, so coming into the game here is Hu Jinqiu. Probably try and help them out with the size and physicality in the low block, and just to give him another option. And also, Wu Jiao comes in. Well, Jiao Rei, excuse me. China's top scorer still is Zhou Qi with 11 points, but he hasn't scored yet here in the second half. As Cui Yongxi, the dunker, comes back into the game. Iran 17 for 20 for the free throw line after that miss. That's not a bad stat to have by the end of the night. China 18 for 27. But again, could this game be decided down to the free throw shooting? Potential 1-possession game here for the Chinese. Jamshidi checking back into the game for Iran. Iran have made 6 3-pointers. They're 33%. The last one they made was from Benham Yakshali, beginning of the third quarter. China currently only 5 for 16. Yet to make one here in the third. 1 minute to go now. And China in the last FIBA World Cup was a defeat to Venezuela. They cost them for going through the knockout stages. We're into the second round. Now Iran can cut this down, get a 2-for-1 potentially here. Maybe cut it down to a 1-point ball game. Maybe tie the game up with a 3-pointer. Jamshidi now looking to use a ball screen. There's the penetration. One more pass, can tie it up. In and out, doesn't get it. But that's a good offense. Good look by the Iranians. 6 seconds difference between the game clock and the shot clock. So China will try to dribble down as much as possible. Iran don't want to foul here. Well, 6 on the shot clock now for China. Crosscourt got to get something going. Pulls up, mid-range, doesn't get it. Now Iran have a bit of time, they got to go. They have to force this up. Jamshidi. And it hits the cameraman. And hopefully the cameraman's okay, but at the end of the third quarter, China lead by 3 points, 61 to 58. China won that quarter 16 to 10. Iran led the game by 3 points in the beginning of the second half. We'll show you some stats and some highlights here from the third. But at the moment, China with the lead. Remember, Kazakhstan losing by 39 points to Australia with 3:22 to go in the fourth quarter. If that stays the way it is, Iran will qualify regardless. The Iranians 6 for 19 for the perimeter. China 5 for 18. 5 more rebounds for China and 5 more assists for that matter. But Iran do have 3 more steals. Let's take a look at the highlights from the third quarter. Well, the game lacked a little bit of tempo here in the early latter stage of the third quarter. But that's good ball movement from the Chinese to get a two-handed flush. The high-low action with Zhou Qi in the end. Again, you gotta love the way these two teams really just want to battle each other. There was the ankle breaker, and Zhao Jiwei counted from downtown.
Let's go, go. Quicker.
That was ankle breaker deluxe. D3 coming. I don't think you got to credit both these two teams. Look how quickly they get the ball out in transition. The ball doesn't touch the floor. That's been a key difference in the transition points going in favor of the Chinese. Anytime you get the ball up without bouncing on the floor, I mean, you just know how good of a basketball team you are. These two teams, powerhouses of the FIBA Asia Zone. 3 FIBA Asia championships, FIBA Asia Cup championships to Iran, 17 for China. Courtside 1891. Make sure you subscribe and get the best subscription to watch all the best international basketball all over this summer. We have the FIBA Women's Eurobasket, which will be in July, hosted in Israel and in Slovenia. We just finished up the qualifications for the Women's Eurobasket. And of course, we will have the 2023 FIBA World Cup. You can watch it live this summer on Courtside 1891. Well, Iran now will have the first possession here of the fourth quarter. Well, stepping through now, trying to find options. And actually now 5 seconds, got to get something going. Turn around now, going for a fadeaway. Got it. Big time shot by a big time player, Benam Yakshali. 24 points tonight. 7 for 14 from inside the rainbow. And there's a reason many of the experts called him the best point guard in the FIBA Asia. China still with a 1-point lead. Wu Qian goes up. No foul called, but kisses it off the backboard. Strong move by Wu Qian. Well, he now goes up to 12 points. He has 1 3-pointer so far tonight. Iran can tie the game up. Benam actually doesn't get the, or excuse me, Matan Agajampor doesn't get the roll on that one. He has 3 trade balls inside with 13 points. And now he's got a matchup, a mismatch here in the low block. China's got to capitalize, turns it over. And now Yakshali. Iran don't get anything in transition there, only 3 players running. Now Jamshidi, mid-range, step back, takes it. And again, Iran's got to get something going in fast break. They got to capitalize. Same thing with China. I mean, China probably could do a lot more better in the game by trying to get things going in the low post. But without Zhou Qi on the court, they don't really have a solid center. The foul has finally been called. That's going to be the first team foul for these two teams here in the fourth quarter. That one's on Aslan Kazemi. Well, Kazemi picks up his 3rd personal foul. I think we have an official's timeout now just to try and sort out an issue with the shot clock, I believe. Oh no, technical foul. Well, my word, what a time to pick up a technical, and I don't know why it was called, but he actually stepping up to make the free throw. Well, the technical was called on Jaure. And you can see Djordjevic wasted no time to get him out of the game. And when you talk about keeping your composure, I mean, look, the game doesn't mean anything for China. They've already qualified. But it's about pride here for both these two teams. And as it stands with how it's going in Australia, winning by 43 points against Kazakhstan, Iran will be qualifying for the FIBA World Cup. Again, both teams need to keep their composure. Don't want to pick up any silly technicals. 5 seconds on the shot clock for China. Well, you gotta get the ball inbound. Time, space now under the basket. The foul has been called. So it's gonna be 2 free throws. The foul is gonna be pulled against. That was against Iran's number 30, Jalal Agha-Miri. He's only played a few minutes so far here in the 3rd and 4th quarter. It's quite a hard foul to give away, but currently the free throw line now. Hu Jinqiu, big man here for China. 9 points here this evening, 3 for 4 from the free throw line. Makes the first one. Well, the man originally from the north of China in Xinjiang has only played for 1 club his entire career, 2015 to up to now. The Zhejiang Guangsha Lions in the Chinese CBA. Makes both free throws. 4-point lead to China. 7:53 to go here in the 4th quarter. China now improving the free throw shooting, 20 for 29. Could that be the key difference in this game? Could 9 free throws come back to haunt them by the end? 6 now for Yak Shali. Well, had the contact, didn't go for it. There's baseline now, forces it up, doesn't get it, gets his own rebound. Dribbles into trouble, and that's going to be a jump ball, I believe. So if that is the case, possession arrow is going to go in favor of. I don't think they called a foul here. Well, if that's a jump ball, it's going to be China ball because, yeah, Iran had the first possession of the 4th quarter. The shot is up, no good. There's a pump fake now. Euro step in the lane. Kick out, 1 more pass. Well, can they capitalize? Again, they had a wide open shooter on the perimeter. They're going to get called for the charge. Well, that's a tough play because Zhu Shuhan made a good penetration. They got a good ball reversal. Now watch here. There you can see wide open on the perimeter. Wu Qian wanted the ball. He should have got the pass, and he would have been wide open for the 3-point shot. As now Zhu Peng comes back into the game. Well, Zhou Peng, excuse me. 7:05 to go. China still with a 4-point lead. Well, crossing over now all the way. Iran, 2-possession game. Goes in all the way now. Gets blocked by the backboard, but a good follow-up. A few seconds and now good defense. Plenty of time left in this game. No need for either team to push the panic button. Wu Qian, this time he gets a 3. And that's why you got to get the ball to him. He was open on the last play, didn't get it. At this time, just proves a point to his teammates that he can light it up from the perimeter. Well, this time it's contested. No problems. Wu Qian. Iran are down by 7. They're going to call timeout now, as they got to try and get themselves composed. Let's go and listen now to the Iranian coach in this timeout to see what he has to say to his players.
متوجه شدید چی بهتون میگم؟ بیایید تمرکز بکنید. بچه‌ها بازی رو می‌خوایم ساده بکنیم. بانوان داریم برو تا آخر تمومش کن. یه اکسترا پاس، یه پاس. یالا 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 یالا.
Well, basketball fans in Iran, I have some very good news for you. you can finally relax. You're going to the 2023 FIBA World Cup. Australia's emphatic victory over Kazakhstan means that this game, regardless of what happens, Iran have taken the last spot. They've qualified. But let's now enjoy this last game here. As Iran down by 7, under 6.5 to go. And a big moment now for Iranian basketball. Another turnover. It's a bit of a tough one now because Iran are trying to go in the backcourt with Benam Yakhshali as a 2-guard, while having Sina Vahedi, the 22-year-old, who's a good player, as the point guard. Now, that's something he's going to have to develop into his career at this high level of basketball. And he'll be going. Goes all the way now, goes in again, gets it to drop. Zhao Jiwei attacking the defense. 9 points. Well, both teams with 2 team fouls. Actually now kicking out, good ball reverse, and they get a 3 in the corner. Again, Iran now struggling from downtown. China looking to capitalize. Good fast break pass, throws it down. Well, Wan Xianghao, good night. China's fast break basketball. So now it's a double-digit lead here for the Chinese. 5:27 to go. Now Iran, there's plenty of time left, but they've got to be a little bit more composed here. Well, again, simple bounce pass. Xie Xianyi, they would say, thank you very much. Well, Cui Yongxi again just putting on a showcase here with his high-flying acrobatic dunks. Actually now look for an opening, pulls up mid-range, tough shot. This guy is simply unbelievable. I mean, he takes fadeaways, high release, 27 points, and I repeat, for the very best point guard here in FIBA Asia. We go for another one now. Zhao Jiwei pump fakes. China, can they capitalize? Who's in the lane? Another kick out. We go for the mid-range. Mid-range up, and again, beautifully tucked away. Well, it's all dropping now for the Chinese. Hu Jianqiu moves up to 13 points. And that was his 4th field goal from inside the rainbow this evening. China pick up the 13th foul. Iran making another change now, bringing the big man back in. Mesa Mirzaei, only 2 points here this evening. But just to give China, or give Iran a bit of a bigger lineup in the low block. Well, we're under 5 minutes to go. Iran going to the FIBA World Cup. Mashiaki now curls the screen. Again, beautifully tucks that one away from 50 feet off the free throw line. But Iran got 2 fouls to give. They'll probably want to save those to the end. Lucian, another 3-pointer. And again, just reminding his teammates, when I'm open, you got to get the ball to me, because I'm on fire. Back-to-back triples, 16 points. Takes his tally to 3 out of 4 here this evening. 12-point lead to China. Benam Yakhshali now looking to isolate. 27 points. Step back, big 3. Doesn't get it. And now China can break this one. Again, one more time. And a hard foul. Now, foul's going to be called on the ground. It's against Benam Yakhshali. That was quite a hard hack. Sometimes you do see those get upgraded to unsportsmanlike fouls. Well, we got a timeout now. These two teams want to talk it over. It's going to be interesting to see how Iran try to go about this with 3:53 to go. Currently trailing by 12.
به تو احتیاج داریم. فشار دفاع زیاد کنین تمام زمین. الان زون ولی بعدش میاد. اولی زون میزنیم بازی بعدو. توی حمله. میسم بیاد بالا با بهنام بریم 4 رو بزنیم 4 رو بزنیم بریم 4 رو بزنیم بریم 4 رو بزنیم برو 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 یک دو سه الان میسم
Well, again, Iran have qualified due to the defeat of Kazakhstan and Australia. They're going to book their tickets. They'll take the final possession. Final spot to the FIBA World Cup here in the Asia zone. Aslan Kazemi, double-double tonight, 11 points, 10 rebounds. The player who was drafted by the Washington Wizards in the 2013 NBA draft. Iran looked like they're going to go into a 2-3 zone defense. China's confidence on the perimeter has been very good here in the second half. They made a lot more perimeter shots. There's the alley. Wow! We were braced for a moment of absolute greatness there. They go for a quick three. Three is up, and again, Iran getting good looks, but just not unable to knock him down. Well, Iran is a good basketball team. You got to give them credit. And this is the era of trying to find their identity without Haddadi. With Benam Yakshali, he is going to be their franchise player. The pick, the pop, no good. Youngshi trying to battle. Iran have to be quick here. 3 minutes. Yakshali now kicking this one out. Mashiyaki going in, cutting it down to 10 points. And just look how quickly Benam Yakshali is able to push the tempo here for the Iranians. And that is why he is simply the best point guard here in the FIBA Asia.
Now play like this, be right here. And go kind of between. Speeding and getting a big goal like this. Just stand and stay. Hey, it's gonna be switch here.
But you gotta got the feeling from that timeout. Is Sasha Djordjevic really trying to draw the play up again for that man? Cui Youngshi has 8 points here tonight. And the majority of them have just been spectacular throwdowns. Is he trying to go for the same play? We're gonna find out momentarily. Well, Iran putting on the full court pressure. And here it comes now. Tries to go in, doesn't get it. Iran come up with it now. Iran's got to push. Let's see if Hedy now. They got to get it back here. They got to get something going. Big three, steps up, doesn't get it. Maybe a bit of a force effort there from Benam Yakshali. Another turnover, careless play. And Iran turned it right back over. Just when they came up with a big break. Jaji Wei now, corner three, puts it up, doesn't get it. Iran with another chance now, 2:20 to go, 10-point ball game. They go for three, three is up. Again, they just can't get it going. Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen, and there is the layup. Well, beautiful transition there from Wu Tian, just getting out as quick as possible, making it a 12-point ball game. There is the foul. That's 20 fast break points here for China. It's been a key difference in this game. I mean, Iran are very quick in transition. They know how to push the tempo with players such as Benam Yakshali. Well, Iran making another change, so coming back into the game for them is number 30, Jalal Al-Khamari. He's played 8 minutes so far in this game, no points. But Iran's got to be quick here. They got to get something going. Crosses over now. Oh, what a dive. Oh, my goodness. Missed a two-handed jam. But what a play that was. Well, Mashiaki just delivered a beautiful pass. Under 10, the shot clock here now for China. Zhao Jiwei now. Step back, three-pointer, takes it. Jiao Zhongguo, big-time three-pointer. Zhao Jiwei delivering the exclamation point. And a foul as well, technical foul. So China pick up their third technical foul of the night. So 2 free throws coming from Sina Vahedi. We're checking into the game. Jiao Boqiao for China. It's going to be his first few minutes here, as he will finish out the game here for China. Only 21 years of age, a future prospect here now, averaging 7.9 points per game in the CBA with 5.1 rebounds. He currently plays for the Guangzhou Long Lions. A rookie season in the CBA for Jiao Boqiao. Wu Qian now goes to the bench, takes a breather, gets a standing ovation from the home crowd. 18 points here tonight. Now remember, it was the play in which China had a beautiful build-up. He was wide open on the perimeter. They get the ball to him. He was, ready to fire from the perimeter. And after that, he hit back-to-back three-pointers, proving a point to his teammates to say, look, listen, when I'm on fire, you got to get the rock to me. Iran making the technical foul free throw. It's now Sina Vahedi will go to the free throw. And now for Iran, of course, it's been depth in this game. I mean, they are still a powerhouse. When you think about it, of how well this team is in the FIBA Asia Cup. Again, a lot of bright prospects coming through Iranian basketball. Think about some of the great clubs such as Petrochimi. Got to give credit where credit is due. Iranian basketball internationally recognized as one of the very best. Iran's got one foul to give. They're putting on the full court pressure. And China will try to dribble this one down now with a minute to go. Both these two teams have qualified for the FIBA World Cup with Australia's victory over Kazakhstan. Under the basket, throws it down. And again, Wan Shanghao. Good night, China. That is for you. 14-point lead to China. Now it's under a minute. Here's where the foul was called. Sina Vahedi will go back to the free throw line. But again, when you talk about the development of Iranian basketball, Sina Vahedi is just the classic case. For so long, Iran have been so fortunate to have the likes of Haddadi be the face of the national team. And we talk about Petrochimi, but you got to give credit to Mahram Tehran, another team in the Iranian Basketball Super League. Because this young man is a product of them. Now, he represented Iran at the 2020 Summer Olympics in Tokyo, which due to the global pandemic was in 2021, but just shows to show there. Well, another three is up. San Xiexiani from downtown China. Again, will finish. That was Cheng Shuipeng hitting a big-time three-pointer. Mashiaki now, penetration. Kicks out to Yakshali. Will go up to 30 points. Can't get it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what a game it was here in Hong Kong. China and Iran were locked in up to 3 quarters. But China's strong display here in the 4th quarter was the difference. There's a foul committed by Mashiaki with 16 seconds left here in the 4th. Iran also making another change. So coming into the game for the Iranians is number 1, Rasul Mostafadi. Played only a few seconds in the first half. We gotta get the ball down. Turn it up. in the lane now, lays it up. It's going to be a consolation point here for the Iranians. In the lane now, fakes the pass, sends the defense the wrong way, but missed the layup in the process. Well, ladies and gentlemen, both China and Iran have qualified for the 2023 FIBA World Cup, but China will leave with a victory here tonight, 86-74 against Iran. Congratulations to Iran and to China. They're going to the 2023 FIBA World Cup in Indonesia, Japan, and Gilas, Pilipinas. Well, it was a great game. For 3 quarters, these two teams were locked in. Iran, a phenomenal performance from Benam Yakshali. 28 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. While for China, a collective effort. 18 points from Wu Qian, 13 from Hu Jinqiu, and 12 from Zhao Jiwei. Well, what a phenomenal occasion it was here in Hong Kong. Now you can see the Chinese 8 for 22 from the perimeter, 21 for 32 from within inside the rainbow. Iran, a phenomenal free throw shooting stat there, 24 for 27. But 28 assists says the difference. There is the man of the hour, the legend, Yao Ming, was courtside with the FIBA General Secretary, Andreas Zaklis. But I gotta give my MVP for the game to Benam Yakshali, 28 points, 7 rebounds, a phenomenal performance. Let's take a look at the highlights from this magnificent game here at the FIBA World Cup Qualifiers, live in Hong Kong. We'll show the highlights momentarily, but it was a good second half, of course. Both teams just moved the ball so effectively. That was a two-handed rim rocker. Iran, again, destiny was in their own hands. They had to win this game originally, depending how results went in Australia. But Australia defeating Kazakhstan, meaning that they had qualified for the FIBA World Cup. There was the ankle breaker. That's going to be the play most remembered from this game. Phenomenal performance was from these two teams. China in the end. Just look how quickly the Chinese do a great job of getting the ball up the court, and the ball doesn't touch the floor. Well, where next? These two teams will start building for the 2023 FIBA World Cup, and 28 points to that man. He is going to be an exciting player to watch this summer. In Iran, it's about developing for the future, finding their go-to player. It's going to be Benam Yakshali. Also developing players around him. Strong move by Wu Qian. Not getting the foul on that one. He probably should have gone to the free throw line for the three-point play. Again, aggressive move now. Wu Qian kicking this one out, getting the wide open look this time. Just proving a point. Remember, he didn't get the ball on the very last play prior to that, which is why it meant so much to him, because he was wide open. That time had no problem knocking down a contested three-pointer. It was a two-handed jam, threw it down with authority. He had some great dunks tonight. He might be the dunker of the evening. You saw his dunk in the first quarter. He just throws this down with a bit of no regard for Hassan Kazemi's feelings. Just wants to rip the ring down with a bit of authority. We're going to show you the final standings. Australia, China, and Iran have qualified for the FIBA World Cup. Japan, a host nation, they'll be there as the hosts. Kazakhstan, well, if they won in Australia, Kazakhstan would be going to the FIBA World Cup because it won both games against Iran and thus won the head-to-head. And at the end, the three-time defending champions of the FIBA Asia Cup, will be joining China and Australia for the FIBA World Cup. Here are some of the teams that have already qualified. 3 spots left in Europe. The big talking point is going to be later this evening. Now you can see 5 more spots between 6 teams in the FIBA Americas and 1 spot left in Africa. But it's all wrapped up here in the FIBA World Cup Asian qualifiers. All the teams have qualified along with the 2 host nations. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching live on Courtside 1891, more games to come today for the 6th and final window of the FIBA World Cup qualifiers. Watch it live on Courtside 1891. Next game will be Uganda versus Guinea, Cameroon versus Senegal in the African qualifiers.